Welcome back. I'm Johnny Hughes. Let's talk about something that's stealing your joy every single day. You're scrolling. You see someone's promotion, someone's vacation, someone's relationship, someone's body, someone's life that looks better than yours. And suddenly, everything you've accomplished feels small. Everything you have feels not enough. You were fine 5 minutes ago, but now you feel behind, like you're losing at a game you didn't even know you were playing. This is the comparison trap, and if you don't learn to escape it, it will rob you of every good thing in your life. Today, I'm going to show you how to stop measuring your worth against everyone else's highlight reel. Let's break free. Here's the problem. Your brain is wired to compare. It's how we figure out where we stand, what's possible, what's normal. In small groups, this worked fine. You could see the whole picture. You knew everyone's struggles and successes. But now, you're comparing your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. You're comparing your Chapter 3 to someone else's Chapter 20. You're comparing your real life to someone else's carefully edited version. And that's not a fair fight. You're going to lose every single time. Not because you're not enough, but because you're comparing reality to illusion. Look at what you don't see. You see the promotion, not the rejection emails that came before it. You see the fit body, not the daily discipline and genetics and maybe some help. You see the happy relationship, not the difficult conversations and therapy sessions. You see the success, not the years of struggle and failure and starting over. You're comparing your whole messy truth to a tiny polished slice of someone else's life. And then you're wondering why you feel inadequate. This is the trap, and you're in it right now. So how do you get out? First, you have to understand what comparison actually does to you. Every time you compare yourself to someone and come up short, you're telling your brain, I'm not enough. And your brain believes you. It starts looking for more evidence that you're behind, inadequate, failing. And guess what? It finds it. Because your brain sees what you tell it to look for. So you start seeing everyone else's wins and your losses, everyone else's highlight moments and your ordinary days. And the more you see this, the more you believe it. And the more you believe it, the more you feel stuck. This is a spiral. And the only way out is to change what you're measuring. Here's the shift. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Start comparing yourself to who you were yesterday, last month, last year. Are you further along than you were? Have you grown? Have you learned something? Have you overcome something? That's the only comparison that matters. Because everyone else is running a different race. They started at a different place, with different resources, different challenges, different goals. Their mile markers mean nothing. For your journey, your only job is to be better than you were before. That's it. That's the whole game. Here's how you actually do this. Step 1. Limit the comparison trigger. If social media makes you feel bad about yourself, use it less. I know that sounds obvious, but most people won't do it. They'll keep scrolling and keep feeling terrible and wonder why. Stop consuming other people's curated lives if it's making you hate your real one. Unfollow accounts that make you feel inadequate. Follow accounts that inspire you without making you feel less than. Protect your mental space like it's valuable. Because it is. Look at what happens when you create space. When you stop the constant flood of everyone else's achievements, you start noticing your own. You start seeing your progress. You start feeling grateful for what you have instead of resentful about what you don't. This isn't about hiding from reality. This is about choosing what reality you're consuming and choosing one that actually serves you. Step 2, practice gratitude for your own journey. Every day, write down 3 things that are good in your life right now. Not amazing, not Instagram worthy, just good. Maybe you had a decent conversation. Maybe you learned something. Maybe you handled a hard situation better than you would have last year. These things count. They matter, but you won't see them if you're too busy looking at what everyone else has. Gratitude rewires your brain to notice what's working instead of what's missing. And what you notice grows. This is your life. These small moments, these ordinary days, they're not less valuable because they don't look good in a photo. They're not less meaningful because no one else sees them. This is where real life happens. Not in the highlight reel, in the regular Tuesday afternoon, in the quiet morning, in the moment you choose to show up even when it's hard. That's where your actual life is, and it's enough. It's more than enough. Step 3. Define success for yourself. Not based on what other people have, based on what actually matters to you. Because here's the thing, you might be chasing things you don't even want. You see someone with a big house and think you're behind. But do you actually want the maintenance, the mortgage, the responsibility? Or do you just want to feel successful? You see someone with a certain body and think you're failing. But are you willing to do what they do? Do you even want that life? Or do you just want to feel worthy? Most of the time, we're not comparing lives. We're comparing feelings. They look happy, successful, confident. We want to feel that way. But you don't need what they have to feel that way. You need to define what success means for you and stop letting other people's definitions run your life. Look at what happens when you define it yourself. Suddenly, you're not playing someone else's game. You're playing yours. And you can win because you set the rules. You decide what matters. And when you're measuring yourself against your own values instead of someone else's achievements, everything changes. You're no longer behind. You're just on your own path. And that path is exactly where you're supposed to be. Here's what I need you to understand. The people you're comparing yourself to, they're comparing themselves to someone else too. Everyone feels behind. Everyone feels like they're not enough. Because we're all looking at everyone else's outsides and comparing them to our insides. You think they have it all figured out. They think someone else does. It's an endless cycle of everyone feeling inadequate because we're all measuring ourselves against impossible standards. And the only way out is to stop playing that game entirely. To say, my life is not your life. My journey is not your journey. And that's okay. More than okay. That's exactly how it should be. There is no right way to live a life. There's only your way. And your way doesn't need to look like anyone else's to be valuable. You don't need their job to be successful. You don't need their relationship to be loved. You don't need their achievements to be worthy. You are already worthy. You are already enough. Not when you accomplish more. Not when you look better. Not when you catch up to whoever you think is ahead. Right now, as you are, with everything you have and everything you're still working on, you are enough. Here's your challenge for the next 7 days. First, take a social media break or drastically reduce your time on it. Second, every evening, write down 3 things you're grateful for in your own life. Third, write your personal definition of success, what it means to you, not to anyone else. And fourth, every time you catch yourself comparing, stop and ask, am I further along than I was a year ago? If yes, you're winning. Your race, your game, your life. That's the only comparison that matters. Comparison will always be there. Your brain will always notice what others have. But you can choose what you do with that information. You can let it make you feel small, or you can let it inspire you while you focus on your own growth. Because your value doesn't change based on what someone else achieves. Your worth isn't determined by how you stack up against strangers on the internet. You are on your own timeline, running your own race, living your own life. And the moment you truly accept that, the moment you stop measuring yourself against everyone else and start measuring yourself against who you were yesterday, that's when you become free. Free to appreciate others without diminishing yourself. Free to celebrate your wins without needing external validation. Free to live your life instead of comparing it. Thanks for being here today. Remember, you are not behind. You are not failing. You are exactly where you need to be on your journey. Compare yourself to who you were, not to who someone else is. And watch as the comparison trap loses its power over you. Your life is yours. Live it. Until next time, focus on your own growth. celebrate your own progress, and remember, you are enough. See you soon.